Hey guys, and welcome to my April budget. I know it's been a minute. I was busy moving and I just couldn't get a second to film my budget. But if you've been on my channel for a while, go check out my moving video. We recently just moved houses and we are so excited for the new house. It has been everything we wanted for a rental, and so we are excited to finally kind of be at home for a little bit. And so I just haven't had a chance to do the April budget, and I didn't do a March closeout. I wanted to do like a Q1 summary of January, February, and March, but I haven't gotten there either. So I'm hoping to maybe get that up there soon. And also, excuse this platform right there. I broke my tripod in the midst of all the moving. So I had to kind of throw something together and get recording. So that's what you see. Hopefully you won't see it in the next video. But anyways, let's get to it. I'm gonna go through the April budget. We're still trying to work out the expenses. That's kind of what happens when you move, like expenses get moved around and stuff like that. So I think April's gonna be like the first month that we have been here. So we've only been here like almost 3 weeks. So April should be partial of what March was for expenses wise and everything. So just, you're going to see this one evolve as well. So let's go ahead and get to it. So, and then also, in my next video, I'm going to talk about my sinking funds because those definitely have changed. I've added a ton since moving, and I'm going to do a cash stuffing. But this for now is just my April budget setup, paycheck, and walkthrough. So let's go ahead and get started with the April budget. First things first, we're going to do household. These are our variable expenses, and I like to budget $150 for that. And this covers, you know, all your household necessities, laundry, soap, you know, stuff like that, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, and all of that. So gas, one thing that our move should help us with is our gas budget. We moved about, I think 10 minutes closer to our kids' school, so our gas bill should be going down, but I like to hold the line at $500 for the month. Groceries. So when we lived at our old house, we had a family grocery line because part of our expenses was providing the household with groceries, but that was for 9, so now we're back to 6. And I've learned a lot for that. So I'm thinking it's going to be anywhere between $1,000 and $1,200 for a family of 6. So we are going to go ahead and just go on the higher end. And then shenanigans, like I have said, this covers everything that the budget or sinking funds or cash envelopes doesn't cover. And what I have found since tracking that is that it covers like lottery tickets, gas station stops, snacks, a lot of like snacky kind of coffee shops, eating out kind of things. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's see. And this is variable because it also depends on the paycheck. So it's not like something that is set. We are a single income family. My husband is our main person that works. And so he gets paid weekly. And so his paycheck it has not been the same. It hasn't been consistent. It's been up, it's been down. So I like to budget on an average. And so I think $500 is safe because that's about $500 or $100 a paycheck. So we'll go ahead and put that. Obviously, unbudgeted, we do nothing. Sinking funds, that's also a variable expense. And I think we like to try to do $500 as well, which is $100 a paycheck if we can do it. The allowance, and this is for my husband and I, is $100. That has definitely gone down since we have moved, and now we have to pay all of the household stuff. Internet is 91. Cell phone is 63. And PG&E is definitely a utility for us, but we have no idea right now how much that's going to be. So I went ahead and just wrote in 400 for now. This definitely could go up. This definitely could go down. But with the way PG&E has worked for us in the past, being utility, it has always just gone up and up. So plan on that being definitely higher. Our dog, Sierra, for the month is usually $255, right around there. And that covers her vitamins, her food, her grooming, and the groom with a tip. And she runs about $255 a month. Now, I did add a line for food storage. If you've seen my channel, I am definitely trying to work on that and kind of just replenish our pantry from moving and stuff like that. I thought maybe I could keep or designate a certain amount of money for that, but I'm just going to go ahead and not do that and just keep it in the grocery line. And if I can, I'll pick up extra as I order food and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and skip that for now. And then we have cash envelopes. And cash envelopes, I'm going to do a video on what my sinking funds are and what my cash envelopes are. And this again is variable, right? After I only fill cash envelopes and sinking funds is after I do our household gas and groceries and stuff like that. So cash envelopes, I'm going to do 500 as well. Because if we can swing about $100 a paycheck, that is totally fine. And then anything after all of this, if there's anything that needs to be allocated or needs a place to go, I'm going to go ahead and say family vacation, because we are trying to book a vacation to Universal Studios soon. They came out with the new Super Mario World over there, and we have a couple of Harry Potter lovers in the household, so we're trying to swing a vacation that way later in the year. So again, I'm just saying 100, but it could be more, it could be less. It just depends on how all of these other ones get filled and stuff like that. So moving over to our fixed expenses, we have our rent, which I also call our housing. We have not gotten a bill for water or trash. I couldn't remember if they said that was included in our rent bill or not. I'm not really sure. And I meant to send an email. But we do pay, it says $9.95, and that says for like a service fee for water and trash. So I might have to get some clarity on that. We do have life insurance, and the life insurance only covers my husband at the moment, and that is $38.10. I'm trying not to shake the camera that much. I can see it shaking. We do have a car payment, and that gets paid on the 1st. I don't share that amount. I don't share our income either. But we do have a Netflix subscription, and that's $19.99. We have a Disney Plus, $14.99. And then my son does that Mark Rober Crunch Labs, which he absolutely loves, and it talks about engineering, and that is $29.44. So let's go ahead and add up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add all of this up is what we're going to budget. So we got 150 plus 500 plus 1200 plus 500 plus 100 plus 91 plus 63 plus 400 plus 255 for our dog plus 500 plus 100. Sorry for the shaking, guys. I really will get a tripod next time. Okay, so that says, if you can see that, I don't know if you can, that our variable expenses are $3,859. $3,859. Okay, so our fixed expenses, so our rent is $3,000, let's just call it $85. Actually, I'll add that up later because the car payment will be in there. So those are our expenses for the month of April, and we'll see how that goes. And then I also want to do a paycheck. So this would be our paycheck 3 for us. Okay, so this is our paycheck 3 set up. So from paycheck 2, and this paycheck 3 covers from April 12th to April 18th. So from paycheck 2, I was able to roll over $1,494.93, and then add in my husband's paycheck and my paycheck that I got. Our total amount to be budgeted was $3,922.04. So I did have to borrow some money because we had to buy a lawnmower because we have to do the grass at our rental. But anyways, we had to buy a lawnmower, and so I had to borrow $250 from our cash envelopes. So I went ahead and reimbursed us for that. So that was $250. We do have an account cushion in our checking. This has been just so helpful. I highly recommend. It did take us a while to get to 800. For a long time, I think we were always at like 100, 200, and then I finally just started filling the bucket up, and I finally got it to 800, and this seriously is good. This definitely helps. And then I kind of want to explain, we do put some of our fixed expenses on credit cards, and then we pay them off weekly, is the way I do it. So you'll see one for the Chase credit card, and the expenses we have on there, if I put just $9 a week, that will cover all the expenses that get charged to that card. So that's the kind of way I broke it up. And then right here it says Golden One account. And the way this works is I've created a line item. So you'll see that it's a line for $42.56. That was what I was able to roll over. And so I fill that line with the expenses that are going to come out on it. And so this line covers our life insurance, our Crunch Labs, our savings of anniversary, which is also called our date night, and our Santa Saver. So if I add $49 to that line each week, that will cover all those expenses. And then we have another credit card, and so if we budget $62 to that credit card each week, it will cover the expenses that go on there as well. So I don't know if that explains it, but that's the way I have it set up in our budget. It's kind of detail oriented, but with our paychecks not being consistent, I have to do it that way because sometimes there's enough in our paycheck and then sometimes there's not. So this is the best way that I have found to cover almost everything. So next we have our cash envelopes that I get to put some money into, which is nice. So I was able to roll over $60, and then I'm going to put in $65 for a total of $125 on that line. Sinking funds, I was able to roll over 60, and we're going to budget 65. So that makes a total of 125 on that line. And then we do need to do a Costco grocery haul. So I am budgeting $500. There was $1.56 that was just floating around in our rollover amount. So I just put it on the line for Costco groceries. So we have that line filled with $501.56. Our car payment, I am currently trying to get an extra payment on there just as a cushion. So I budgeted $160. So there's $160 on that line. Housing is $974.35. Again, I'm trying to build a cushion there too. So there's more going into that account than the exact amount. Our gas, we did not spend everything that was budgeted last week. So I was able to roll over $24.98, and I'm going to fill it with $125 for a total of $149.98. So I hope you kind of see how this is working out. It is very different than how I have budgeted in the past. And then from last week's Paycheck 2 for groceries, I was able to roll over $59.47. I'm contributing $200 for my husband's paycheck for a total of $259.47. Household, I was able to roll over $50. We're adding $20, $70 on the line. Shenanigans, we were able to roll over $26.36, contributing $45 to that, and for a total of $71.36. And this shenanigans right here is what we keep in our bank account, because we do like to rent Apple Movies, and that comes out of our checking account. That's another thing the shenanigans covers. And sometimes, you know, like I said, coffee shops and stuff like that, if I don't have the cash with me from our shenanigans envelope, we'll use our card. Unbudgeted, obviously, we don't budget anything. And then my paycheck of $152.76. And we're going to roll that, keep that on the line. So now what I used to do was, if I had a rollover amount, so let's say if I had a rollover amount of this $1494.93, I would just subtract the account cushion, and whatever was left from that is what I would save. I wouldn't roll over these lines, but I'm trying to build them up just to kind of have more of an account cushion than none. So that's what I would usually do. But now I'm just like, it was just easy for me from last paycheck to roll over the line amounts. So that's what I did. And I'm hoping to continue that now from here on going forward. So that's our Paycheck 2 or Paycheck 3 setup. If I said last month, I meant last week. These are last week rollover amounts. So that's what each line has going forward for this pay period of 4/12 and through 4/18 for April. Okay, so I think that is it. That's the walkthrough. We did the setup. I should do a weekly setup because that's how I like to track my expenses, which would probably be very helpful considering, sorry for all the shaking, guys, considering this is how we're doing it now. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a weekly check-in here. I'll do that off camera because that kind of takes a while, but I'll just do it for the 5 weeks or the 5 pay periods we have in April. So anyways, that is our April budget. If you guys like budgeting and stuff like that, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you over in my new and next video, which is my cash stuffing and sinking funds. I'm going to talk to you guys about the new sinking funds that we have. So for that video, you're gonna see me stuff our cash envelopes. I'm gonna show you what I was able to put into our sinking funds and cash envelopes for the total of $125. And then I also am going to reimburse the envelopes that I borrowed this $250 from. So catch me over there, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks so much.